In this video, we're going to talk about the most up-to-date information that we have on it. Oh, dog.
Come here. I was so good, Daddy.
I did through the whole thing. Hey guys, I'm Thomas.
And I'm Melissa.
Welcome to Home on the Hitch, where we travel around in our RV trying to find ways to make every moment count.
Because tomorrow is not guaranteed. So if this sounds like you or you're interested in RV travel,
hang out with us for a little while and let us answer some questions for you. And in this video, we're going to talk about the most up-to-date information that we have on the current RV market. We'll talk about deals, travel advice, and more.
Hi guys, welcome back to Home on the Hitch. In today's video, we're talking all things RV. You may have seen our previous videos where we cover a variety of topics related to RVs. If not, make sure you subscribe and go check those out.
This time around though, we're going to be covering a much different topic, namely how the RV market has changed over the past year and a half, as well as some of our thoughts on what that means for people looking at purchasing an RV right now or in the near future.
So, without further ado, let's get started. So, what's the status of the current RV market?
Well, there has been an explosive growth in RVing due to travel restrictions over the past year and a half. People can't or won't travel abroad due to travel restriction and closed borders. Air travel hasn't really been an option for a while. It's kind of opening up now, but all the planes were grounded for a long, long time.
Right, so people who normally wouldn't have considered RV travel are taken to the streets and highways to explore the USA, which is awesome because this country has so much to see and explore. You could never see it all in a lifetime, but it has created some issues along the way.
Yes, it has. So RVs are selling out everywhere as fast as they hit the lot, and sometimes before that, thus creating another major issue for RVing in 2021, and that is a low supply level. Many manufacturers had to close during the height of the pandemic, and while the manufacturers were closed, many of the dealerships stayed open because everyone was buying RVs. So the dealers kept selling RVs to all these new buyers. The proof is the first quarter comparisons from 2019 and 2020 show at least a 10 to 15% sales increase in 2021.
So most of the manufacturers were not able to replace the disappearing supply, and this created a gap in the supply chain. And the manufacturers still haven't caught up. Now the RV manufacturers are operating at full steam ahead, but there are still some issues.
Yes. So on my recent trip to Indiana, one thing that was definitely not in a shortage was now hiring signs. It leads me to believe that the manufacturers are short employees. I did, however, see numerous RVs sitting in the production lots, all completed, but waiting on foam or plastic parts, some type of part that leads to the parts supply chain.
So the supply chain between vendors and manufacturers has also suffered, and RV manufacturers are struggling to find the parts and components that they need to build their RVs.
That's right. So if you think back to the weird weather when the cold weather froze Texas, it also shut down the plants there that make polypropylene and polyethylene foam and plastic. Those are made from petroleum. The power died, the plants stopped, the foam hardened in the pipes. This created, number one, a mess and a shortage for RV and boat and vehicle manufacturers. All of these RVs sitting out on the production lots are ready to go, except for maybe a plastic front cap or foam cushions or some plastic trim. Dog.
So when you pair this with sky-high demand, you can probably guess the results. A long wait time, even for new RVs. Right. Some manufacturers' websites list a 6 to 12 month waiting list.
The production delays and high demands have led to much higher prices for RVs. As you may have noticed, given how rapidly some of these RVs depreciate now, this RV buying boom could lead to big financial losses in the future when all these new buyers try and sell in a year or so. The used market is going to be flooded, and prices will at some point be lower than they have ever been before.
And really, used RVs aren't a great choice right now either. Since new RVs are in high demand, you might think, why not buy used? Unfortunately, this isn't a great option either. Supply and demand apply to used RVs as well. Used RVs, particularly high quality models, are always hard to find, but it's worse in 2021.
Yep.
If you find one, you'll have to buy it immediately or someone else will snap it up. Not a great decision to try and make quickly, and almost always leads to disappointments.
But if you are already an RV owner and you've been considering maybe upgrading, your time is coming. Be patient. In 2022, when all these 2021 models do flood the used market, you might just be able to find the deal of a lifetime on that barely used upgrade.
So here's a bit of travel advice. If you aren't going to buy an RV, then rent one.
Yeah.
We recommend using RVshare.com. We had great success and support with them. Renting gives you the luxury of testing out many styles and models to see what works for you and your family. That way, you can make a smarter purchasing choice later on when prices and supply return to a more normal level.
And they will. Something else you need to know and consider, though, campgrounds are full. If you buy or rent an RV in 2021 or 2022 probably, you might struggle to find a camping spot. So RV parks and campgrounds are full with reservations, sometimes months in advance. So big tip is to be flexible with your dates. With so many people making reservations, it's hard, almost impossible to get reservations like far out. Most of the time, there will be cancellations that happen the closer you get to the date of your stay. So be patient and check back frequently. Also, there are a few new apps out there that can help you as well. They let you look around and see what campgrounds have what sites available, and you can book directly from the app as well. If there are no availabilities for your dates, you can request an alert from the app. So if someone cancels a spot, then the app will let you know. So CampSpot and Campsite Notifier are the two apps that we use.
So we wanted to let you know about something that we ran across that may be beneficial for us RVers. Outdoorsy. One of the two main RV peer and peer rental platforms has recently launched an insurance company and a product that's supposed to be better geared towards RV owners and what types of coverages we need.
Right. So according to the website, Roamly, that's what the insurance is called, Roamly will better serve the RV community because it's designed for the RV community specifically. A lot of insurance by other large companies treats RVs like ATVs or boats. Roamly claims that it has coverage for part-timers, full-timers, specific contents you may have, trip coverage as well, and a no-deductible glass policy. So as well, Roamly won't drop you if you use your RV in a commercial way like for rentals.
So we are not affiliated with Roamly in any way, but we will be watching to see how its reputation grows and to see what the coming reviews say. It might be something worth looking into in the future.
That's right, it may be, and the rates may be really good. So we'll just have to see what happens with it. All right, so that's going to do it for this one, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't.
Right, make sure you hit the notification bell.
Yep, so you don't miss anything.
No.
All right, so until next time, guys, take care of each other and love each other.
And make every moment count.
We'll see you next time, guys.